What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday, when you know what that means. Let me fix this because it was a little crooked and I can't stand being crooked. It's Wednesday, and it's time for episode number 7 of Joel's CoachCast. And look, as always, this has just been fun. I'm having a great time with this. I think someone messed with my chair too. Okay, there we go. Trying to get all the stuff figured out. So episode 7, we've only got 2 weeks, actually not even 2 full weeks left before the end of the year, and everything we've been talking about, really the past couple weeks has been about how to finish this month strong, and then how to set yourself up for next year, going into 2019 strong, feeling good, feeling confident, having some momentum, and really about reaching out to people right now. And now's the time, obviously, to do that. And a lot of the people that we've been bringing on have been talking about that as well. Tonight, my guest. I feel like I'm on a talk show when I say that, my guest. But this is a person, Julie Voris is someone that I've known for a while now as well, and I absolutely love this woman to death. She is phenomenal, and she has so much of different angles to come at being a Beachbody coach, as opposed to just saying, hey, look, I want to help people. She is not only just a Team Beachbody coach, but she's also a Beachbody Live instructor, and she's just done all these different things that have really helped her business, and she has a lot of great insight to lend into this, so that's why I asked her to come on. So let me do this, and I'm going to search for Julie. I'm sure she's watching right now. Let me see. There she is. Bink. Let me do that, and then, we're going to do this. Okay, there we go. And then add her onto this one. As always, we're working through the technology, and you know what? Instagram eventually is going to get this double live thing figured out, man, because right now, they got to get it better. They really, really do, but man, we're so close with that. All right, so let me do that, and okay. So what's happening here? Where'd she go? Let me do it again. I'm going to try to add Julie. There it is. The button. And we're going to wait. It says waiting. And then we have the connection. And then everything like that. By the way, while we're waiting, there's Julie. Hello. How are you, my dear? I'm like,
is it going to turn on? What are we doing?
You know what? You never know with this Instagram thing. Like this whole double live feed. Like I have been doing nothing but research about how to try and make this better. This is the only way to do it through Instagram right now, but you know what? We've made the best of it, and now you're the 7th guest, and we're working through it. It's okay. So how are you, by the way?
Well, first of all, it gets dark in Indiana like at noon right now, so it's dark and it's kind of chilly, which is why we only invite Beachbody coaches here in July when it's beautiful and sunny.
I think that's the only time I've ever been there besides Summit. And then when Jericho and I did the training, I think it was like summertime, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the only time we let people come to Indiana, because right now it's just kind of cold and dark. But yeah, it's good. It's busy. There's tons of momentum right now with the end of the year and going into 2019. And I saw your post about Tony Horton doing Lift 4. So, like, what more? I mean, your life's complete now.
I mean, look, when you got the GOAT of home fitness, I didn't want to post too much about that and push his ego up even more than it already is. So, but I said the godfather of fitness, so I think that's going to do it. No, it's amazing. And so, look, so speaking of momentum, and right before you jumped, right before I brought you on, I was talking about, like, so you have some unique experience in terms of what you deal with on a daily basis with your background as a Beachbody Live instructor. You were a master trainer at some point as well. So you're in connection with a lot more people than our coaches are on a typical day-to-day basis. So, the coaches that are starting out right off the bat who are at home and deciding to try this out, for the first time, they feel like, they're very encased in this little bubble and they can't get away, out of that. Whereas you're talking to people all day long outside of this bubble. So, one of the things that you talk about all the time is making the choice and deciding, making that decision, saying, look, if this is what I want to do, so I want to do it. If it's not for me, that's fine, but you really got to make the decision, right? So I'd love to hear from you and everyone else, because they're tired of hearing me, is is you talking about a little bit about that, really making the choices and making them your own.
Well, I think because probably a lot of your viewership too are female, and if we're talking to a lot of Beachbody coaches, if we're talking to group fitness instructors, if we're talking to trainers, fitness is a lot of females. And whether you have children or not or whatever, the female tends to be the franchise player in the house, and the female tends to be the person who sort of takes on everything and magnifies everything. And it really comes down to, male or female, but I like to speak to females specifically, making a choice that aligns with the goals that you're saying you want to achieve. So I hear all the time from people, I can never get up early and work out. I could never get out of my basement and work out. I would never have the motivation to press play every day. I could never go to the gym. I hear all these sort of objections. I could never drink a shake for a meal, whatever those might be. And the truth is, yes, you can. It's simply a choice. It's not like, I am a morning person, but I certainly don't bound out of bed with endless energy at 5 a.m. when Alexa goes, time to get up. I just simply make the choice to put my feet on the ground and get up and get going. And then at that point, your body doesn't know if it was 5 a.m. or 9 a.m. You're up and you're going. And it's just a choice. It's not that it's any more self-discipline. I think that's a huge misconception, that people believe it's this huge well of self-discipline, or that every day we're motivated to get up and do this. No, they're simply choices. So that transfers into every piece of your life. Do you want to save money? You make some choices. Do you want to get fit? You make some choices. Do you want to have a better relationship with your spouse? You make some choices. Do you want to have a better relationship with your children? You make some choices. Do you want to get out of whatever space you're in? You make some choices. Because most of the time, everything that's happening in our life is a result of some kind of choice that we have made. And we like to sometimes act like, no, that's not true. I just choose to get up at 5 a.m. because it makes everything else in my day go better. It's not that I'm super disciplined by any means. I just make the choice.
Right. So in doing that, and something you sent me earlier today, what we were talking about tonight was your three things in terms of how you act, react, and then your third one. So, and I love that because look, I'm not a morning person. I don't like the morning. I've been a night owl or a night bird or whatever for years. It goes back to my bartending days. Like, I just prefer to be up late. But when the morning comes, I'm just grumpy and not really a nice person. But
so you're my husband.
Yeah. Maybe it's a guy thing. I don't know, man. But it's just some people have it, some people don't. I am not that person. But sometimes I choose. If I know I've got a busy day ahead of me and I got to get my workout in, or if I'm going to the airport, I'm going to choose to get up in that morning and get it done. So based on the choices that you're talking about, just making this choice, because I don't think anybody's going to disagree with you. It is up to us. But in the how you act and the react aspect of it, I'd love to go into that, because that's huge, because you can make the choice, but it's also how you react to that choice, right?
Right, because there are some pieces of life that happen that are, to a certain extent, they're out of our control. And I think about it a lot with, because I have 3 daughters, and they're all in the arts. They're all in these sort of fields that you kind of have to put yourself out there, and then you have to let go of control. You have to kind of detach yourself from it. So where their choice comes in is, how can I best present myself in this audition? And then it's sort of out of my control. But what is in their control is how they react to whatever situation happens afterwards. So let's say they audition for a role, they don't get it. Their reaction is in their control. That is a choice. How do we rebound from that? And I think the difference between successful people and unsuccessful people, wherever we're talking, is that amount of time that it takes to rebound. And people will ask me a lot, I don't know how sometimes I come off on social media. I don't know if I come off like it's just all puppies and rainbows over here, which I guess can be good, but people will ask me if I ever have down days, or if I ever get down. And the answer is, I don't have down days. I have down moments. And then I make a choice to figure out how I'm going to proceed from that, because there's not a whole lot of good that comes from sitting in that space. So we act and we make a choice, and then sometimes stuff happens that is out of our control, and then the reaction is in our choice. And I believe that whether it's this business or fitness or a lot of other aspects of life, humans tend to magnify a lot. We magnify our stress, we overcomplicate everything, and it really comes down to simple activities made with a choice and then done over and over again. I don't think life is as complicated as we'd like to make it.
I 100% agree with you on that one. And so you were talking about how you act, how do you react, and then you said how simple actions every day add up to a life created on purpose. And that's absolutely amazing, because in terms of these simple reactions, and we're bringing all this back to being in terms of being a team Beachbody coach, but it also magnifies into your daily life, because you get questions about that. I get questions too, people saying, well, like, you're always so happy. Like, what's the deal? Like, when are you not happy? I'm like, yeah, there are these moments, but if you can take the time to make these decisions on a daily basis to start to shape your future, then you're getting rid of this. You're getting rid of the stressors. You're getting rid of the daily mental issues or blocks or anything else. Like, I have spent, at this point, 15 to 20 years making conscious decisions to make my life less stressful. And that's, I think, where people really want to or should be taking this to the next step if they want to become a coach. So now we bring it full circle back to being a coach, because there's a lot of people that are having frustrations as a Team Beachbody coach, right? You and I have had these discussions before. And look, what would you say to that based on everything we've talked about so far? How would you say to take these learnings and apply it to your daily business aspects?
Well, it's interesting because I was just listening to a podcast today. Speaking of Summit, it was Rachel Hollis's podcast, and she'll be at Summit in July. And her podcast was with Brendan Burchard. And Brendan Burchard is, probably more well-known than Rachel Hollis in the motivational aspect. And he was talking about this very idea of this release of tension, and that most of us carry around all this tension probably created by us, and we're holding it. And then the more we can intentionally on purpose release that tension, the more we get into flow, and it feels like our life is going better because we've released that tension. But all of that is a choice too. And I think in the coaching aspect, what happens, and again, a lot of females are Beachbody coaches, so predominantly female. And what happens is women tend to take on everybody else's stress in the house. So, when I walk through the space in my home, and I've got a daughter applying for college. Well, she's not the only one applying for college. I am too. And I've got a daughter going through surgery. Well, she's not the only one. I am too. And I've got another one who's graduated from college applying for jobs, moving out to New York by herself. I am too. And I have a husband who's going through a football season. We take on all of that, and then sometimes we tend to push down our own goals and what we'd like to achieve down to the bottom of the pile, which is a choice. So then, because females tend to do that, we've got to be aware of that, especially if we want to build a business that changes our lives and our families' lives, because then it becomes a choice. How much am I going to attach to that? So, yes, I might be taking on Jessie applying for college, but I'm not really applying for college. She's doing that. So I'm invested, but I don't need to be as emotionally attached to it. That's a choice. I don't need to be as emotionally attached to all of that. And if I can choose to put a little distance there creates some space now for my own goals and my own achievements that I might want to have, which may include building a Beachbody business, because when I do that, that allows me to have something outside being a wife and a mom, or maybe a full-time job or something else. So greater purpose.
So with all of that, what you're saying is, and yeah, I'm sure there's many people, everybody watching this, I mean, they're all thumbs up and hearts, so apparently everyone agrees with you, right? Let's go into specifically, how would you tell somebody if that is what they're going through right now? They're like, man, look, I'm trying to take care of my family. I'm trying to take care of my kids. I'm trying to make sure there's dinner on the table. I'm trying to do this and this and this and this. when am I going to be able to focus on my business, and how am I going to be able to build this business? I don't have the time to do it. How do you talk to somebody about that? And what do you tell them to do?
Well, first of all, it goes back to that idea that I think we magnify the amount of time it takes to have a side hustle. We magnify the amount of time it takes to get fit, to eat healthy, to have good. We magnify this time because as women, we probably have taken on all this other stuff that we could detach from a little bit. So we've magnified all this time. So that would be the first question or the first discussion point I would have is, we're probably magnifying the amount of time it's going to take to build a business. Because to build a business should not take you 23 out of 24 hours a day. Because if it is, this girl doesn't want to be part of it. I've got travel to go to and football games to watch. And occasionally I like to watch a Hallmark Christmas movie. So I'm not working 23 hours a day. Right. And I also think it's important for everyone, but women again especially, to understand there are seasons in life. So let's say you were a marathon runner. Before kids, you probably had all kinds of time to train for a marathon. That was how you got fit. Now maybe you've got 2 or 3 children and you don't have as much time. It doesn't mean fitness goes away. It just means it looks different in your life right now. And then the season changes and it looks different then. And then the season changes. So people come into this business and they expect they're going to, A, that they need all kinds of time to build it, and B, that they should have all kinds of time to build it, and neither one of those is true. You don't need all kinds of time, but you need to be intentional with your time and understand that if you have 3 children under the age of 4, your time is different than someone who has no children, and that's okay. It's just a season. So you have to be very intentional in those pockets. And I tell my coaches, you better be focusing on the activities that produce income. What are your income producing activities? Because, hi, this is a business and I would like to make some money. I have 3 kids to put through college and I get to do what I love and make money doing it. I get to make a difference and make an impact and make an income. That's the dream of everyone. So I've got to align my goals with my habits. I can't say, well, I want to make $1 million, but I'm only going to work 15 minutes a day. That's not going to work. So I have to be very aware of my season. And if my season in life says, okay, look, I got 30 minutes a day that I can work this business, then number 1, I better be super, super intentional. And number 2, my goal can't be to make $1 million. That's probably not going to happen in this season. And that's okay, because 6 months from now, 12 months from now, you're in a whole different season. And then 6 months from there, you're in another season. And that's life. It's not just this business.
So I think you might be able to say you could treat this kind of like a Lift 4 workout.
Kinda.
Where, look, it's not you don't have to spend an hour or an hour plus on the fitness side of it in your own workouts. It's just all about becoming more efficient. And what you're talking about, the consistency of your choices, I think there is a lot of there's a lot of questions. There's always a lot of confusion about talking. Like, where do I start as a Team Beachbody coach? And, I'm doing all these different things, and yet nothing's happening. Whereas, look, focus on one thing. Focus on this one thing first, and then focus on the next thing, and just cross it off your list. And that is gonna be how you become more efficient, and it's how you're going to be able to start feeling a lot better about it. So look, you can spend, basically what that means is you can spend a total between your fitness and working your business to start out. If you are strapped for time, 1 hour a day, and you can get your workout in and you can work on your business at the same time, because you can take a half hour for your workouts before, and you can take a half hour for your business too. So 1.5 hours either way. So that's huge, right? Is the choices. And you were talking to your coaches on a daily basis about this, I'm sure. And look, especially as we're getting into this season, the holiday season, it becomes even more, because now you have even more going on with your family, and you got to cook, and you got to do this. I mean, we've got, I feel like since we moved, we have like a revolving door now, with families coming in, which
everyone wants to come to your house.
Which is awesome. But I was like, oh man, I still got to do this and this and this and this. And so I got to prioritize and make sure I'm getting all these different things done, which is awesome. So I hope people go back and rewatch this again to really take notes what you're saying about making the choice. There's 3 things are huge, especially on the act and how you react. and just keep going with that. And and I love keeping these things short because people can go back and watch it again. So, Julie, two last things. One, finishing off, we have a week, basically a week and a half, under 2 weeks left of 2018. Gone.
Crazy.
Where that one went. And then going into 2019. So I'd love for you to share, if you don't mind, what are you telling your teams right now? What are you telling everybody about how to finish this year strong and how to go in 2019 with momentum with the launch of Transform 20 and everything else that's happening?
First of all, I do have to remark on someone who made a comment. No, I don't take a breath. If I'm passionate about something, I don't take a breath. So sorry about that.
That's a choice that you're making to not take a breath because it's more efficient. I respect that.
I think that there are again, in the overcomplicating of the business, and especially now when we get additional layers added into our day because of the holiday season. This is what we do as Beachbody coaches. We press play, we drink a shake, we read a book, and we invite people to join us on this journey. Because for me, and I think for a lot of coaches, this business has completely and utterly changed every bit of my life. At the crux, my morals, my values are the same, but who we are is different because of this business. And so I'm inviting people to join me because I have a responsibility to. I know that if my life was changed, other people out there could have their life changed by this business. And it's not just my life, it's my children's lives, and it's their children's lives, and it's their it is an unbelievable ripple effect of people who haven't even been born yet. But what we do is press play, drink a shake, read a book, and invite people to join us every day. And when life gets extra busy, because it's never not busy, but when it gets extra busy, if we go back to that and do that, we will not lose momentum. It is the coach who steps away and says, I don't have time for this, that will lose momentum. It's sort of like running a half marathon. Never walk the water station, people. Keep jogging and keep moving because it is 10 times harder to pick it back up if you stop. You have to keep moving in some way. But your movement right now might look different than it does after the holidays, and that's okay too. So we are plugging in hard to Transform 20 minutes, kind of like Lift 4. It's that shorter workout. So you go all in with the intent that I'm going to give it 100% and I can get this workout done in a shorter amount of time. We're going all in with that launch. And we are developing some training to happen in January because we want everyone to come into January on our team with a plan. We want everyone to have a plan. And that plan should be for fitness. It should be for business. It should be for life. We want you casting vision. We want you to think about goals that inspire you, not goals that are like, I got to hit Success Club. I mean, that's fine, but you know what's more inspiring to me? My number one goal for 2019 is to be debt-free. That's a whole lot more inspiring to me than writing down Hit Success Club 10. I mean, how will I achieve that vision? Those tasks that have to be done. But when I get up in the morning, I want to see be debt-free, pay for my daughter's college. I want to see those goals that inspire me. So we want everyone on our team to come into 2019 knowing the foundational behaviors. And if all you can do that day is that's what you do, to cast a vision for 2019 and to have a plan for your fitness and your business. And if you do that, then you're setting yourself up for a good 2019.
Gotcha. So push it just like you do with your fitness goals of making short-term achievable goals. So in terms of if you want to lose 20 pounds, great. Lose 5 pounds in a month. So I think that's what a lot of people tend to, like you're saying, like Hit Success Club and all the things that have to be done to do that sometimes can be a little daunting, right? Especially if you're newer into this and you don't fully understand it. Like I've been on Beachbody now for 7 years. I'm not a coach, but so I still don't understand all the different.
I didn't understand it for a long time either.
Stones and rubies and diamonds and all that stuff. But I understand the work that goes behind it, which is a lot. And so that's why I think it's huge to understand what you're saying is, one, make a plan, but two, really treat it like your fitness goals. When I tell people if they're doing Lift 4, I want to lose 20 pounds. Great. I'm going to give you 8 weeks to lose maybe 5. And you may or may not lose more than that, but if you do, that's awesome. So really just set those small, achievable, attainable goals. So then you're not disappointed. That whole the whole saying, not buying up.
You just keep making progress forward, because that's what keeps us motivated and happy. Motivation is not going to fall down on January 1st.
Right.
Motivation comes from taking action every day that helps us move forward. And we're rallying around 2 words this year, and those are rise up. So I am challenging my team, and anyone that I'm going to challenge you, Joel, to share how you're going to rise up in 2019. And what we're telling our coaches, what we're telling our team, our challengers, is it doesn't have to be big ways.
Yeah.
But every single moment, we have a choice. How are we going to rise up? And maybe in that particular moment, it might just be to drink a little more water, get to bed a little earlier, or it could be something even bigger in your business or in your fitness, in your life, picking up a 20-pound weight instead of a 10-pound weight. But we're challenging our team to think about and share how they're going to rise up in 2019.
Okay, so how am I going to rise up in 2019? You're putting me on the spot. You're putting me on the spot. This is my CoachCast. You're putting me on the spot. I love it. So this is what I'm going to do for 2019. I'm rising up because I'm not going to stop. It's past 2019 too. Live for. You know how I feel about the program, not just because I wrote it, and it's my existence. It's part of my existence. It's part of my DNA, because this is what I truly believe in, how to train and how to get more people to train, and seeing as we're getting more guys involved, we're getting more husbands involved, we're getting more people consistently doing Live For and sticking with it, not just starting it, but actually staying with it and finishing it for the first time. And we're hitting more people than ever before. That's my rise up. Is we're going to keep pushing that. I'm going to keep pushing that. That's all I'm going to do. I don't have any other plans for 2019 except for just that. I may or may not do other stuff. I'm not going to tell you yet, but that is what I'm going to focus on for all of 2019 until the end of the year, and just make Live For just straight up, not even a question of being the top program in the world. There you go. Bam.
I love it. And I love the little teaser, I'm not going to tell you.
Come on. Everybody knows we're always working on stuff. That's not a question. So, all right, Julie, thank you so much for being on, and I cannot wait to get back out to Indianapolis in the summer. I ain't coming in the winter time, but it's going to be great, and hopefully I see you before that, obviously.
I hope so, too.
Of course, but thank you so much. Have a great rest of 2018. Rise up for 2019. We'll talk soon.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. All right, guys. So, hey, look, there you go. That was, if you can watch Julie Voris and not be inspired and not feel amped up and not feel ready to go after being a Team Beachbody coach, all in. I don't know what else, man. I don't know what else you're going to need, because she is the epitome of, she bleeds blue of Team Beachbody. It's awesome to watch. So I hope you go back and watch that again. As always, it's going to be on my YouTube. And with that said, what are we going to do? So between now and next Wednesday, we've got Christmas. We've got Christmas Eve. We've got Christmas. Whether you do or you don't celebrate Christmas, whatever, I'm going to say Merry Christmas. I'm going to say Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. Just as long as you're spending time with your family and your loved ones, have a safe holiday season. And I will be posting next week, probably, who is coming on for that next Wednesday, and working on something I think is going to be quite fun if we can get it put together in time. But either way, hope you guys have a great holiday. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmaska, Festivus, whatever you celebrate. Just make sure you spend time with your family, all right? Love you guys. Thank you so much for being on. I will see you later.